Welcome. My name is Andrew Hauser. Direct instruction is a teaching approach that uses various strategies in the classroom. I'm going to be discussing direct instruction as it relates to a lesson in expressive writing today. Direct instruction uses modeling of behavior, guided practice of that behavior, and independent practice in the behavior. Teachers using direct instruction can provide immediate feedback to the students so they do not get caught in error after error after error. They can correct the errors and move on and create a higher level of understanding of the concept. Teachers can also better match curriculum to individual students, as well as clarify expectations, increase classroom management, and increase the amount of academic engagement time for each student. The purpose of this lesson plan was to increase the expressive writing skills of a group of 6 middle school students with mild to moderate learning disabilities in writing. The supports provided throughout this lesson include pictures that would prompt student writing, working in one-to-one group contact, in one-to-one instruction, as pairing students together to work together, using choral response for previously learned material, and using word banks to help prompt the writing process as well. There are 2 objectives to this lesson. One is for students to write a good topic sentence about a picture using correct pronouns, verb tense, and capitalization and period use. The second objective for this lesson is for students to write a paragraph about a series of 3 pictures using the aforementioned content, including capitalization and periods, verb usage, and pronoun usage. The lesson materials for this lesson, the teacher materials would be selected pictures with accompanying word banks, PowerPoint program for the teacher to model the appropriate behavior. Student materials would include worksheets with pre-written paragraphs for editing, pronoun worksheets, worksheet with 3 pictures for students to practice writing good sentences about the pictures, and a variety of magazines of interest to the students to cut out pictures for them to write about. The lesson procedure, the first step of the lesson would include a review activity, which would be a review of material using choral response to review pronouns, capitals, and periods, past tense, and irregular verbs. The choral response would be where the teacher states a question, provides a signal, which could be a snap, and the students responding in unison. This would cover a large amount of material in a short amount of time, and it would create, the teacher would be able to monitor student responses with ease. The first focus activity would the instructor would, for modeling the behavior, the instructor would display a picture on a PowerPoint overhead and model constructing a sentence about the picture on the PowerPoint. The guided practice, the teacher would provide each student with the same picture. Each student would have the same picture corresponding to the PowerPoint overhead, and the instructor and the students would complete the activity together to construct a sentence. Then the independent practice, the instructor would provide the students with magazines to cut out pictures that they would write good sentences containing the before mentioned content independently. And throughout this whole process, the instructor would be able to provide necessary feedback in the moment for the students to correct. The focus activity number 2 would be very similar to the first activity, but the students would be learning to write a paragraph concerning a series of 3 pictures. And The class would go through the modeling of behavior, the guided practice of the behavior, and the independent practice. And then the teacher would also provide some further independent practice for the students, where the students would write a paragraph of their own for a series of 3 pictures. The students would switch paragraphs, and they would have 3 readings of the paragraph. The first reading, the peers would edit the paragraph for correct usage of capitals and periods. The second reading, they would edit for whether the sentences describe what the character of the pictures is doing or what the character did. And the third reading the students would edit the peer's paragraph to see if each new sentence began with the correct pronoun. And then each student would receive their paragraph back to make the necessary corrections. Some more other further practice would include filling in the blank pronouns for sentences, as well as having the students divide into pairs and provide each pair with a paragraph for editing, and they would edit it together. Assessments for this lesson could be formal and informal. Direct instruction makes it possible for teachers to provide feedback in the moment while the lesson is occurring. The instructor can also provide formal assessment through teacher-created paragraphs that the students could edit, as well as something very similar to the lesson, where they would get a series of pictures and they would have to construct a paragraph without using a prompted topic sentence. And in conclusion, direct instruction is a teaching method that provides a way that teachers can easily manage behavior through modeling, guided practice, and independent practice. One of the main things about direct instruction is that the teacher can provide immediate feedback in the moment for the students to gain concept understanding and to move on to new concepts. Direct instruction is an effective strategy that can be used for almost any concept or skill, which would include expressive writing. Thank you for coming to this discussion, and that is it.